अजून एकच मिनिट थांबूया आणि 6:35 ला आपण सुरू करूया सेशन.
गोळे मॅडम इंट्रोड्यूस करतील ना?
येस, एकदा गोळे मॅमनी इंट्रोड्यूस केलं, बट बरीच लोक त्याच्यानंतर सुद्धा जॉईन झाली आहेत. सो आपण परत एकदा इंट्रोडक्शन घेऊ, काहीच हरकत नाही.
ओके, मी पुन्हा एकदा सांगते.
येस मॅम, सांगून टाका.
थोडक्यात सांगते. इंगळकर सर प्लांट्सचा स्टडी, वाईल्ड फ्लॉवर्सचा स्टडी म्हणून फेमस आहेत. पण बाय प्रोफेशन ही इज इंजिनियर. हॅलो
मॅम, कंटिन्यू करा. मी बाकीचे म्यूट करते. हो हो.
आणि another aspect about his career is he is a hardcore bird watcher, and initially he was doing a lot of bird watching along with Gole sir, and then slowly he turned to plant kingdom. So that is the speciality of his career, that both bird watching and the studying plants, both are equally important for him. This is a short introduction. I think we'll start with the main session.
येस, आणि जे सरांनी म्हटलं इंटरॅक्टिव्ह करूया, फॉर दॅट प्लीज रेज युअर हँड वेन एव्हर यू हॅव अ क्वेश्चन. वेन एव्हर तुम्हाला काही विचारायचं असेल तर रेज हँडचा ऑप्शन वापरा. मग टर्न बाय टर्न आपण सगळ्यांचे, मॅक्सिमम लोकांचे क्वेश्चन्स घ्यायचा प्रयत्न करू. तुम्हाला जर अनम्यूट करता येत नसेल तर चॅटमध्ये तुमचे क्वेश्चन्स तुम्ही शेअर करू शकता. आपण ते सुद्धा क्वेश्चन्स घेऊया. अँड विथ दॅट श्रीकांत सर, तुम्ही सुरू करू शकता. थँक्यू.
Okay, good evening and welcome everybody. Thank you for inviting me here, and thank you for Gole madam for having introduced me briefly. So I will introduce myself about how I am connected with this today's subject. Basically, I got interested into various subjects from my childhood, right? Probably when I was a 10-year-old child. We used to live in Kasbapet on a very downtown area, and we were living in Wada. So if somebody has read my book Asmantar, they would have definitely understood. But basically, I have been watching and I have been into today's subject of identification right from my childhood. So I had, of course, a lot of curiosity as a child, because we had one tree in our house, and the tree was very close to our balcony. So I used to watch at various birds, various small animals coming there, and small insects. So I was very curious about various birds coming to that tree right from my childhood. So as a child, I knew what was male sparrow looking like and what a female sparrow looked like, and I was very much involved into their social behavior. So this is how the birds are most attractive elements in the nature. So obviously, first thing that attracted me was the birds. But along with birds, I was watching various other elements, and slowly I got involved into birds, of course. And I did pursue a lot about birds for a number of years, and I was known as a bird watcher then. So many of the lectures, I have been asked this question often, that there used to be one Shrikant Ingalekar who used to write about birds. How is he related to you? So actually, presently no one knows me as a bird watcher, but that is how I began. And I began with only birds, and then moved on to plants, moved on to butterflies, moved on to reptiles, frogs. Because when I was understanding and trying to identify birds on my own, I didn't know that there were any books. I didn't know that there were field guides. In fact, it will be an interesting story to know, because one of my friends, younger brother, he used to go to Vithalwadi and shoot the birds. And he used to clip the wings and he used to store them in a box. And he was very afraid of showing this to us. So one fine day, he opened that box and showed us the various wings of various birds, small birds that he had shot. And he used to refer to the Salim Ali's book. As a child, he was just 8 to 9 year old. And that is how we got interested in the bird. He used to take us to Vithalwadi, where he used to show us the birds and he used to identify the birds from Salim Ali's book. So that is how me and my friends of my age, we got introduced to bird watching. This was way back in 72 or 73. So this is, I mean, there's a bird book and there is identification and there are names for birds. This was something very new to me. So this is how I began. But how, the way I began about birds, I started watching the associates, for example, plants. So that is how I got interested in interrelation between the plants, birds, butterflies, frogs, reptiles. So everything was new to me and I was I was trying to study the behavior aspect of birds, the calls, the nesting behavior, etc., etc. So that was something very interesting for me about birds. But the same way when I got into plants, then I realized that there was no field guide. Whereas for other subjects like birds and butterflies and reptiles and frogs, there used to be a lot of field guides and there was an immediate help available to the person. But about the plants, I realized that there was nothing available. And I started getting involved because there was nothing available. I thought that I must pursue this subject. And for a common man, the subject of botany was very much out of reach. And this is something that I realized, and then I decided to take up the study of plants very seriously. So obviously it began with identification. And for identification, I used to go to various experts. We used to have Dr. Vartak then. Then there was another similar senior person whom I used to be connected with, was Justice Patwardhan. And he was quite old then. He was probably 75, 80 years old then. And preferably I used to go to him and take my queries about the identification of plants. And I was very impressed with his style of identification, his style of keeping the documents and referring the books. And he had a big shelf of books in his study. And whenever I used to go to him for identification, probably with a specimen or with a photograph, and he used to listen to me very carefully. And suddenly he used to get up and he used to go to the bookshelf and he used to think about, की हे काय आहे, हे काय असेल, कशात असेल बरं, असं होतं का, तसं होतं का. He used to ask me questions, and based on some answer, he used to go to the rack, and there were some floras, the British books that time with him, which probably all of us know that it was Bombay Flora written by Theodore Cook. And he used to pick up, there are 3 volumes of Theodore Cook, and he used to go to the right volume, probably 1, 2, or 3, and that he had in mind, which volume would have the details. And he used to pick up, and then he also used to know which part of the book the plant is likely to be seen. So he used to open the book, then he just used to scroll few pages, and then he used to come out with a name. Yes, it is this. And I was very happy. And more than the identification, I was very happy about his way of identification, about his path of identification. So this is something that I was introduced when I was young bird watcher or a young plant enthusiast. And it again began with only identification. And the scientific names were very new to me. The names that he used to refer, because the common names were not there for many of the plants. So it was very interesting for me to get to know the names. And fortunately, in our engineering study, there was a subject called Origin of Words. And this was not related to engineering, but this was something which I was very much interested in. And I have been studying the origin of words, and that was very useful in knowing the scientific names. For example, erythrocephala. Some name is erythrocephala. So I used to know that erythro part is relating to the color, and cephala is something related to the morphology. So having the names and knowing the names, remembering names, and making some meaning out of the names was very familiar to me. I don't know how, but I never felt very difficult with names of the families, names of the species, and their complicated names. So I never felt apprehensive about the complicated names, and that is how I got very easily into the identification. So basically, now here I would like to interact with you that now we have been talking about the identification of plants. I would like to know what exactly is the use of identification, how you all have been identifying the plants, and after having identified the plants, what exactly do you do after that? So I would like to share this question with you and know the answers from some of you. Hello, Shatakshi, can you just...
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting for someone to raise a hand. Then we can. Aniruddha, do you want to share? I see you're unmuted.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
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 Yes. So answer. This कोण
माझा आवाज येतोय?
हो हो आता येतोय आवाज. सर मी तुमचा व्हिडिओ बंद
प्रश्न ऍक्च्युली
करते
असा
कारण
होता
तुमचा
की
आवाज ब्रेक होतोय. तुम्ही बोला, तुमचा आवाज येतोय.
प्रश्न ऍक्च्युली माझं असं होतं की म्हणजे मी बॉटनीचा माणूस नाहीये, मला त्यातलं झाडांमधलं काही कळत नाही. पण आता मी पण एक बर्ड वॉचर आहे, त्यामुळे जास्त इंटरेस्ट माझ्या पक्ष्यांमध्ये जास्ती असतो. पण झाडांमध्ये आता मी जरा इंटरेस्ट घ्यायला लागलोय. अगदी सुरुवात अगदी म्हणजे बालभारतीसारखं जर सांगायचं झालं तर एखादं झाड बघितल्यावर ऍक्च्युअल मध्ये ते कसं ओळखायचं किंवा स्पेशली ज्याला म्हणजे आता पानं पूर्ण निघून गेली, त्याला फुलं नाहीये, फळं पण नाहीये, तर ओळखायचं हे कळत नाही.
ओके. अजून एक
आवाज
उत्तर
नाही
घेऊ शकतो. आला सर आवाज तुमचा. कसं ओळखायचं हे कळत नाही असं तुम्ही म्हटला. श्रीकांत सर तुम्ही म्यूट वर आहात. OnePlus 7T Pro तुम्ही हँड रेज केलाय. येस प्लीज बोला.
या मी रुपाली भोळे.
हाय
मला वाटतं सरांचा प्रश्न असा होता की आयडेंटिफिकेशन नंतर तुम्ही नेमकं काय करता, असा प्रश्न होता ना? एम आय राईट?
Can we speak English, please?
Yeah. The question was what we do after the identification. Was it correct? Is it correct, Shatakshi?
आपण आयडेंटिफिकेशन का करतो, कशासाठी करतो, आय थिंक असं विचारत होते सर. श्रीकांत सर तुम्ही अनम्यूट करून परत सुद्धा सांगू शकता.
प्रश्न बरोबर आहे यांचा. सरांनी असंच विचारलं होतं, तुम्ही काय करता आयडेंटिफाय केल्यावर.
ओके. मला थोडं इंग्रजीत उत्तर द्यायला अवघड होईल, मी मराठीत करू इच्छिते. मी काही आता इथल्या बावधनच्या परिसरातल्या काही गोष्टी आयडेंटिफाय करते, तर माझंही असं होतं की त्याच्या झाडाचं नेमकं काय असोसिएशन आहे, कुठल्या कीटकांसोबत आहे का, कुठल्या पक्ष्यांसोबत आहे का, किंवा एक माणसासोबत पूर्वी ह्याचं काही असोसिएशन होतं का, असे प्रश्न माझ्या मनात येतात आणि ते शोधायची माझी फार इच्छा होते. आणि मग त्याच्याबद्दल वाचन किंवा असं काहीतरी शोधाशोध करायला मी मटेरियल शोधायला लागते. ते तिथे थांबत नाही, म्हणजे मग सतत ते डोक्यात राहतं आणि कुठेतरी काहीतरी वाचताना त्याचा एखादा संदर्भ सापडला तर ती माहिती जमा होत जाते.
Okay. Can you quickly share this, because let us go through the question rather quickly.
Okay.
Hello. Any more answers? Hello.
स्वच्छंद ह्यांचा हँड रेज्ड आहे.
Hmm.
स्वच्छंद बोला.
Hello. Yes. So first thing to how I identify the plants is flowers. की जास्वंदाचं झाड, कोरांटीचं झाड इथून सुरुवात झाली लहानपणी किंवा कुठूनही. सेकंड थिंग आफ्टर दॅट इज सीझन की ओके अगदी वसंत ऋतूच नाही पण उन्हाळ्यात आपल्याला सगळे बोगनवेल फुललेला दिसतो, पळस फुललेला दिसतो, अजून काय
Those who can speak in English, if you can speak English, it will be useful for everybody, you know.
Okay. I'll now continue with my question. Okay, let us stop the sharing part. I would like to share with you how what is the use of identification. As I've been saying, the identification of botanical name finally gives you the more information about it just besides the name. Because when you go to a book or when you go to a website or when you go to any other information, what you get is the name of the family. Then you get the description. Then you get the flowering season, or you get the description of the flower, the fruits, and you also get to know the habitat, and you also get to know the season. So all these things are available to you from the book only when you know the name. So that is the use of identification in my idea, that it leads to further information. It leads to many things which you have not seen about that plant, and then what follows is the tallying these informations from the field. For example, flowering season, or the shape of the fruit, or if the fruits are edible, or whether the plant is medicinal, etc. So this should lead to more information. Otherwise, there is no sort of route to the information. Unless you know the name, the books don't help you. So to make use of the book, you must know the name of the plant and further information. Another thing that you know is the family, about family of that plant. Now the concept of the family, in my view, is rather different. I mean, this is how I have understood the botanical principles. Family is, in my opinion, similarities between individuals. Those individuals which are similar, they have having some common feature about them, they are grouped in a family. And this is true with not only plants, this is true with everybody, this is true with individuals also. And when there are, say, a few hundred individuals or few individuals in a family, then comes the difference. So when we are trying to differ the individuals in a family of, say, about 20, 50, and that comes the species. So this is how I have understood the concept of family and the species. So this is how you can, when you read into a book that it is a family. So family means that particular family has certain features which are common within the family. And those features can be remembered, because when you come across another plant which is having similar features, then you will come to know that it is belonging to a particular family that you have seen. So this is the use of identification, the concept of identification. And I will like to give you an example. Most of you must have gone to Khas. When you go to Khas in this season or in post-monsoon season, you will see that the landscape is full of thousands of plants, thousands of flowering plants, and plants with red flowers, multicolored flowers, small flowers, big flowers, and you are lost in that panorama. So when you come across an individual flower which you are knowing, or somebody has shown you earlier, then that plant suddenly catches your attention, and that is something, you have a bond with that species or a plant, and then you immediately have a relationship with it. And then you will remember that when you had seen it last, and you will remember when you had gone with someone, and you will know the location where you had seen that plant. So this sort of association always helps when you know the plants, because just going to Khas and have a look at the sheet of multicolors and multicolored hues, that is not, it doesn't get into your system. So unless you know those names, it is very meaningless. You just feel happy and then you go back with nothing in your memory. So this is the sort of a concept of identification, and identification and knowing about the plant is not very difficult. As I told you, the scientific names and various botanical terms that are used for identification and in botanical language, they are not difficult at all. Once you know, get into it, it is very simple and very easy to follow. This is what I have seen. For example, most people want the Marathi names and the references of literature and language and medicinal references. So this is something which is true for only few of the plants. For example, we have about 2,000 or 3,000 plants in Maharashtra, and only 200 plants have got Marathi names. So unfortunately, what has happened is, unless the plant has some medicinal use, or it has some edible fruits, or some poison, or something else, or some the wood is used for some construction, etc. So unless there is an economic use, there have been no Marathi names of these plants. And truly speaking, the real pursuit of all the botanical features of all the plants has not been done by Marathi people. And it was only the Britishers who done the exhaustive study of our flora. And that is how the most descriptive flora of our area is known as the Bombay Presidency flora, which is done by a Britisher called Theodore Cook. So this is what I'm suggesting is, there is no need to be afraid of botanical language, botanical terms, and long names or difficult names. So it is very easy for you to remember and get the meaning out of those words. Now comes the method of identification. Method of identification means how you get to the process of identification. What is my individual feeling is that when you are going out and going out with some expert, and someone tells you the name of the plant, you may make a note in your notebook and try to remember it, but actually it doesn't make much meaning. At least that has been the case with me. If someone gives me a name and I go back and look at the book, it doesn't really click in my mind. But if there is something which I find out myself on my own from the books or from other sources, that will always remain in my mind. So it is a perfect thing to identify when you yourself find it. Just a moment. My mobile seems to be draining. Just a moment. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, my mobile got disconnected.
No problem.
So we were looking at the process or the path of identification. I was telling you that if you yourself try to identify the plants, it remains in your memory for a long time, and that is a very easy way to understand. There is one interesting incident that has happened in my case, that I was exploring plants and I was writing in the newspaper because this subject was very new till that time. I'm talking about 20 years back. So the plants and their photographs and their description was quite interesting. So I found out one plant and went to somebody and asked for its name, and he gave me the name. And from the books, I drew out a long description of the plant, and then I sent it to a newspaper, and it appeared in the newspaper in a big way, and it was something rare. So everybody appreciated the picture and the description, etc. But after a few months, one of the experts told me that whatever I had published was incorrect. The identification was incorrect. So I felt very shy that I should have identified the plant correctly. But in turn, what I did was I relied on somebody else's identification, and I did not confirm it myself. So this is how it can be. You know, somebody may tell you one name, other person may tell you another name. So you will get confused. So I advise that you be on your own and follow the identification on your own. So there are various ways of identification. There are field guides, there are websites, there are apps. So, but if you see the botanical floras, the process of identification in floras is rather difficult, and you cannot really follow it. So that is why I realized that we need to have a something simpler way of identification. And then that is the time when I realized that I can study the plants and I can produce a book which will have a lateral way of identification, in the sense the features that are visible to the naked eye. So when I designed my first book, The Flowers of Sahyadri book, I decided that it should have identification. And it is basically, if you see, the book is rather different. The arrangement of the species is different. That in most of the books, in the scientific books, the arrangement, that is the order in which the plants are included, is based on a system called Bentham and Hooker. In some of the popular books and other books, it is arranged on the alphabetical way. So in all the cases, unless you know the name, it is not possible for you to get into that, reach that level or reach that species. So that is why I wanted to have a simpler way of reaching the identification. And I made a system which was unprecedented, and there was no such book previous to that. And I hope you have seen, all of you have seen these books and how the species are arranged in this book. So I have divided, for example, there are say about 500 species. I have divided 500 species into 4 groups based on the habits. Now, habit is something which is not difficult to know. It is not something botanical. So habit is, say there are trees, shrubs, climbers, and herbs. So whatever plant you're seeing, it is very easy to put into one of the categories. And that is how the 500 plants will get divided into, say, 100, 120, 150, etc. So there will be 4 groups. And each group I have divided based on the color of the flower. Because my book is only on the flowers. So I am trying to generate a key, which is identification of the plants based on flowers. And in most of the scientific systems, the identification is really based on the flowers, and of course on some internal parts and some fruits, etc. But basically the beautiful way of identifying the plants is based on the flowers. So that is why I have divided into 4 habit groups, and then into the color of the flower, and within the color group I have arranged the plants based on the size of the flowers. So it is easy for anybody to, if somebody is watching a plant with flowers, it is, in my opinion, fairly easy for you to follow that system and reach up to that species. Now, this is something which I have done myself, and there was no precedence, as I told you. And this format of the book has been appreciated by a number of people abroad. You will be surprised to know that more than 100 books are sent to various people abroad, just for the sake of the format. And this is something which they have appreciated, and the book has reached various places, including the Q, etc. So this format is something which is unique to my books, and this is what I have followed in all my books. And this has been my way of looking at botany and classifying the plants which are there. Now here again, I would like to ask you a question that if you see the books, there are two ways of looking at books. One is just you can scroll through the pages and keep on looking at interesting flowers and colorful plants and for example, there are 300 pages in a book. So you keep on scrolling one after the other and try to match or try to tally the plants which is in front of you to the book. And there is another way, as I've told you, is based on the key. That is, you first put that plant into the habit group, then go for color, and then go for size, and then you come to that, the identification. So there are two ways of using a field guide. I'm talking about my field guide only. And I am here at this stage quite curious to know as to how many people of you have really understood the key and are following the key. This is something that I would like to know. The book can be used both ways. So here I would like to share your opinion in this. So Dakshi, can you just ask?
Yes, please raise your hand and तुम्ही raise hand करू शकता. You can raise your hand and respond. Swachanda again.
Sir, about the key, I mean, first of all, I have used your book in my first year, and it was really very helpful. After our study tour, we were trying to identify the plants, and because of those photos, it was really very easy. Because in the first year, we didn't know many species or many names of the many plants. And about the key is, I mean, using the key, which I did in my TY. So it was a little bit difficult for us because
yeah, that is what I would like to understand, whether it is difficult or whether it is easy to follow.
Yeah,
hello?
I mean, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello. Yes. So about the keys.
No, basically whether it is scrolling through the pages or key. This is something I would like to know. And if it is difficult to follow key, what is the difficulty?
First, it is of course scrolling through the pages. It is more easy because we see the photos and it clicks first in our brain. And about the keys is for identify the key. First, we need to create that vision for us. Like if I don't know the character of something, that I don't recognize it even if it is written in the book. So
no, the character that you need to know in just whether it is a tree or climber or a shrub or a herb. Now, is it very difficult to know this character?
After a while it is not, but in the beginning it is.
I see. Okay. Anybody else now? This is something I wanted to know.
Sameer Lawate. समीर लवाटे तुम्ही अनम्यूट करून बोलू शकता.
Hello, this is Shivangi Datar. I'm sorry, my Zoom is configured as Sameer Lawate, so you're seeing it as Sameer Lawate. Shrikant sir, I've recently bought your Flowers of Sahyadri field guide, and I really found it very helpful because I think classifying any species as a tree or herb or creeper or climber, that is I think the very first step. So you can focus on that part and then look at the color. So it is a very easy way of identifying it. That is what I found. And but there are also some other, I will not say field guides, but some information books which I use, like the books by Sridhar Mahajan for identifying of the native trees. That gives me more information about the use of the tree and things like that. So I find that also useful in some contexts. But yeah, the classification that you have in Flowers of Sahyadri, I think that is very, very, very easy to locate a flower.
Okay, so today's subject is about identification and the process of identification and usefulness of such keys. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very useful. Yes.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, so there is a
Go ahead.
question in the chat box. Where can we get the book Flowers of Sahyadri? हा एक answer तुम्ही केला तर पुढचे मग response घेऊ शकतो.
Yeah, right now it is available only with me because the booksellers are not selling it. The distributor, which was there, the popular bookstall, they have closed down. So these books are available with me, and I will, at the end of the talk, I will share my contact, and then you can ask for them.
Right, right. And so there's one more question. Can these books be used for the rest of India?
Yeah, most of the plant which are there contained in the book, they are found outside Maharashtra also, or outside Sahyadri also. And there are only few endemics which are specific to Maharashtra. So these books, though they are called Flowers of Sahyadri, they can be used for other areas also, because many of the plants can be seen in that. Every region refers back, I would say, about 20 plants.
ओके ओके या सर कंटिन्यू करू शकतो. अजून रिस्पॉन्सेस घ्यायचे आहेत का? का तुम्ही कंटिन्यू करताय?
नाही ठीक. करतो. So basically, I'll tell you now what are the other ways of, what are the other tools available for identification. As I told you, the botanical floras are difficult to follow. This is where you really need to know the classification system, because in floras also there are 3 volumes. So we must know the plant that you are looking at is whether it is a polypetally or a gamopetally, whether it is a monocot or a dicot. Based on that, you can go to the respective volume of the flora. But basically, it is not. See, if you take a small book, say about 100 species, or even my book, which is about 500 species or 800 species, you may be able to scroll through the pages. But when you're talking about 2000 species, it is not possible for anyone to scroll, anyone to just go through the flora or books and without any lead. So you got to have a lead, and you must have a shorter path to reach that particular species. So this is what is the difficulty with the floras, that for following the floras, you must be able to identify the classification of it. That means the first classification in the floras is whether it is a monocot or a dicot. Then in monocot, there is a division based on the construction of the flower, or the structure of the flower. It is gamopetalous or polypetalous. So, and in that, then there are various groups. So it is, the flora is something which, unless you know the family, and unless you know the construction, unless you know the structure of the flower, that is where, you will find that it is rather difficult. But for me to make the books, or to know the identification of the books, I had to study all these things right from start. And I have not done any course, or I have not passed any examination. But to know the plants, it is, I have followed and I have pursued the science of botany in details. Otherwise, I cannot just produce the books based on somebody else's advice. So I told you one incident which, which really let me down on the identification. So after that, I have seen that each and every plant that I put in the book is identified by me, seen by me, because in my books, there are some pictures which are borrowed from other people. But it is my business to see these plants whenever I happen to see them, and know the plants in the wild. So basically, it is a science which is rather difficult to follow. So we are talking about the floras, which is botanical floras. Then there is when I made these books, there was no internet available. So whatever was just identified by me, there was no way of confirmation. So now when there is a internet, you can always confirm the identification from other sources. And other sources are basically, say, apps there are few apps which are there, and many of the people think that taking a picture and loading it on the app is very easy, and probably you may be doing it. Many of you may be doing it, loading it on Google Lens and finding just the name of the plant. But the apps don't give you the path. As I told you, how the app has come to identify that species is not known. So it doesn't really appeal. Or if you just don't make any further use of the identification, then it is okay. That you have got a picture to be identified, you have got hundreds of pictures on your folder to be identified, and you just want to tag the pictures, then app may be useful, and then you will be able to just put a name instead of the number of the image. You will just rename it as some species. But that is not really the use of the identification. You have to go further, and then, as I told you, you have to collect more information and go into details of the identification. So app is basically, there are no apps on the local flora. There are some apps which are based on the, say there are some American apps, there are some British apps, but I have not seen or have not heard of any app based on the local flora. I had developed one app called Flowers of Sahyadri, which has gone into quarantine because of some software difficulties. And I'm going to sort out that app software problem. And soon that app will come and will be really handy for use. And that again contains all the species which are there in my book. So 2,200 species from the book contained into a small mobile. So that is something which will be very interesting and very useful. So even the bulk of the books will be not necessary to be carried in your bag, and all the information, including the pictures and basically the identification key. That is something which will be unique of that app, and that will be available to you in a few weeks from now. So that you should be really looking forward to. Then there are websites which are there on the local flora. There are some institutes that have they have their own websites, but then again you have to know the name. Unless you know the name, you cannot just go there, because the website may contain few hundred plants, and you cannot go one after the other just by clicking and trying to tally. So that is the difficulty with the websites. I don't know, I have not come across any website which helps you to identify right from beginning. If any of you know no such apps or website, I would like to know from you. Now, another use of identification is, I did not tell you, is if you are studying a particular area, or you want to make a report of a particular area on the flora, that is something where your identification can be useful, and you can document whatever are your observations and then present it into a form of a report. As I told you, if you just consider even Pune has got 1,600 species. I have got a book which is enumerating the plants of this flora of this area, and this booklet contains 1,600 species from only Pune metropolitan region. So because I have been able to identify the plants, I have generated this document. But if you are talking about small area, say your society or your town or your particular hill, so that is something the identification will be really helpful to you. Another thing is when you have this identification with you, there is something which you have probably heard, People's Biodiversity Register, PBR. Now, there is a legal binding on us actually that wherever you are living, you have to document whatever you see, and that is to be compiled, and it is necessary to be maintained. So that is why when you are talking about PBR, the identification is something which is very, very necessary. You just can't enter those species based on somebody's telling you. So this is a very good use of the identification process, and this is something that documentation that can be done based on the identification. Now I'll come to the interesting part of this discussion is on the new book that I have launched based on identification of trees. Probably you see a mirror image, so you won't be able to read this from here, but this is a book which has been recently released by me based on the identification of trees based on leaves. Now we have about 400 trees in Sahyadri area. So my work is related to Sahyadri area. Sahyadri area means it is starting from South Gujarat and going to about North Karnataka. So there are 400 species of trees in this area, which I have included in this. And the need for such a identification is something that I will like to tell you. Is as I told you, the identification is based on the flowers and fruits mostly in all the botanical flora. Now, particularly trees, there is a difficulty that the trees don't flower all the year. The flowering season is limited to only few weeks in a year. Now that season also varies based on some climatic conditions and the habitat and locality. Secondly, there are some areas where the population of the trees is very dense, and in that case, they don't flower at all every year. So many of the trees in dense forest may not flower every year. And the trees are quite tall, and the flowers may be at the canopy and not able to reach. You may not be able to reach those flowers easily. So there is always a difficulty in identifying trees. This is I have experienced myself. Basically, when I was studying the plants for my books on flowers, so I was concentrating only on flowers and not paying any attention to the other parts of the plant. For example, branches or leaves for that matter. And after I have finished those books, actually, if I go to any forest or even during that forest, I was not able to identify any plants if there were no flowers. So this difficulty was really bothering me, and because to know these plants, you must see them in flowers or fruits. So then I decided that I must study all the plants based on the leaves. And again, I cannot have, see if there are 2,500 plants in Sahyadri, I cannot have all those included. So I shortlisted on the trees. So in this book, I have included 400 species of trees. And I'll tell you how I have divided 400 species. Basically, there are three groups that I have made. One is the forest trees. Secondly is the mangrove. And third is the urban. So all these three are basically these groups. It is not difficult to put the trees in these groups because they are based on the habitat. And then I have used the features of leaves, which are used for dividing the groups into this, and then you can reach to the individual identification. Now I'm making such a key because in the Flowers of Sahyadri books, it is very easy to make the key that you put them into groups and then divide them based on the color and size, etc. But to divide 400 trees based on the leaf feature was really a challenge. And this is something which I found very interesting. So last few years, I have been studying the trees for their leaves. And this book has been the inspiration for me. This is a book based on, this is a book written by Pascal and Ramesh. And this is actually published by a French institute. And this contains actually 200 odd species from southern India or the evergreen forest area of the Western Ghats. So this has been a sort of scene. It contains the black and white drawings of the leaves. Now, black and white drawings is very difficult to follow, and I thought that when I'm making a similar book, I should make much simpler, and the technology has changed since this book was probably made 40 years back. So now we can have colored images, we can have images which can be zoomed in. So basically I began with a ebook version of this book. and I produced the ebook recently about few months, that has been launched on the Google Play site, and you will be able to download this book from Google Play Books app, and it is available right now with 50% discount. And in that book, now it is for me, just by speaking, I will not be able to explain to you the key, but the interesting part of the ebook is that it has hyperlinks. Now, this key that I have in this book, the leaf-based identification book, that key goes 6 to 16 pages. So there are so many steps involved in identification. And in a print book, it is very difficult to trace that key. And the same difficulty I had in this Pascal and Ramesh book also. So I decided that my key will be much simpler. Secondly, the key is based on only visible features of the leaves. For example, whether the branch has got latex, whether the branch has got spines, and the attachment of the leaves, whether it is alternate or opposite, whether the type of leaf, that is simple or compound, etc. So to make a key, I had to study all the leaves in details. I had to understand their the morphology of the leaves, and based on that, I have designed this book. And this is something which is definitely going to be useful and necessary in the next few years. Again, for documentation of the biodiversity, particularly the flora of trees, because unless they are in flower, you will not be able to know. So that is why the book has been, I have felt necessary that such a book is necessary for Sahyadri area. And this is the first book of its kind on leaves. And again, the first book of its kind on the ebook platform. So this is something that will be very interesting, and that will be, I don't know whether you have seen this book, whether anybody of you have heard about this book, anybody of you who have downloaded and used the book. I would like to know from you if you have heard about this book and used it. Can you just float the question?
Yes. Would anyone like to respond? Please raise your hand and let us know.
I want to ask you something, Mr. Latri,
Yes.
about identifying and the procedure of the identifying. Is there any book that we can find? Thank you.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't understand your question.
No, to identify about the tree or leaf, there must be certain rules and guidelines. And also, as it is not a new thing now, it was identified and it was followed by some rules and some steps by eminent personalities. Is there any book that teaches us how to identify, what are the steps to follow, what are the rules, or maybe something like that, as a basic guide to do identification of the leaves or plants or something? What are the steps? Is there a book for it?
Now, the book that can be used for this subject, what you're saying, is basically, again, a morphology of leaves. And that would be available. I cannot tell you right away the name of the book or the author, but this is part of the glossary or the morphology of leaves. And that is contained in each book, probably. For there can be a pictorial glossary also, that the glossary shows you a picture of that term, and guides you on the various definitions of that word, etc. So a pictorial glossary is something that will be a necessary thing for this work to begin with, and that is contained in many of the botanical books.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
Nilesh Sir Joshi.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
You have just mentioned two books, The Flowers of Sahyadri and Trees of Sahyadri. तर मला असं विचारायचंय की या दोन्ही मध्ये ज्या स्पेसीज आपण हे केल्या आहेत तर त्या कॉमन आहेत का वेगवेगळ्या आहेत, म्हणजे फ्लॉवर बेस्ड आणि लीफ बेस्ड असं जे आपण म्हटलं?
नाही, आता लीफ बेस जर तुम्ही बघाल, म्हणजे आपलं फ्लॉवर बेस जर बघाल तर देर आर 3 बुक्स, 1 2 3. हे जे 3 बुक्स आहेत याच्यात 500 स्पीशीज आहेत, याच्यात 800 स्पीशीज आहेत, याच्यात आणखी 800 स्पीशीज आहेत. या सगळ्या मिळून ज्या स्पीशीज या पूर्ण वेगळ्या आणि प्रत्येक पुस्तकात वेगवेगळ्या स्पीशीज आहेत. सो टुगेदर दीज 3 बुक्स बिकम 2200 स्पीशीज.
आय सी.
प्रत्येक पुस्तकातली कुठलीही दुसऱ्या पुस्तकात रिपीट होत नाही. हे दिस इज अबाउट द फ्लॉवर्स ऑफ सह्याद्री बुक. And about the trees of Sahyadri book, they are the same species. 3 पुस्तकात मिळून जेवढे ट्रीज आहेत तेवढे सगळे या पुस्तकामध्ये आहेत. प्रत्येक 3 पुस्तकात मिळून साधारण 400 स्पीशीज होतात. त्या 400 स्पीशीज याच्यात घेतलेल्या आहेत.
ओके ओके, अंडरस्टँड, थँक्यू.
तर इथे चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये इंटरेस्टिंग कमेंट आहे की रश्मी साधले यांची की I am using your book Flowers of Sahyadri, very convenient for identifying. She says my books were first stolen at Bhigwan site. I was so thrilled on the enthusiasm of the thieves part.
Sorry, नाही कळलं.
त्या म्हणतात की त्यांचं पुस्तक भिगवणच्या साईटला चोरीला गेलं, तुमचं पुस्तक फ्लावर्स ऑफ सह्याद्री बुक, अँड शी सेज दॅट शी वॉज थ्रिल्ड दॅट द थीफ वॉज सो enthusiastic about identifying flowers. येस. आणि एक क्वेश्चन होता फॉर अ गाईड, फॉर गुड फील्ड गाईड फॉर उत्तराखंड अँड लोअर हिमालयाज, फुट हिल्स अँड ऍडव्हान्स हिमालयाज अँड ट्रान्स हिमालयाज. एक आन्सर दिलं होतं इथे फ्लावर्स ऑफ हिमालयाज, ॲडम स्टेनटन. सो do you also have recommendations for flowers for Himalaya?
Unfortunately, that is the only book, and it may be again about 50 years old. And the printing of color plates in the book was probably just began that time, so the pictures are not very good, and the readability of those images is not very good. But unfortunately, that was the best at that time. But unfortunately, since that time, there has been no field guide available on the entire Himalayan flora. And again, that is also not a very field guide type of book, because the arrangement is again alphabetically, and unless there is no aid for identification. So such a book is awaited, and such a book is needed.
Right.
There may be a book on valleys of flowers and small such things, but entire Himalayas there is no book available even now.
Okay. There's also one the method of identification. If you could discuss again a little, that is request.
Sorry, I didn't. It's not very clear.
Identification ची मेथड काय असते, फॉर हाऊ कॅन पीपल आयडेंटिफाय प्लांट्स, असाच एक एकदम ब्रॉड क्वेश्चन आहे. इफ यू कुड आन्सर दॅट.
So basically the identification based on the flowers is in the field guide which I have produced. There are basically 3 field guides, and there are 2,200 species in that. But besides the flowers, there are not many books available for this. So if you, for example, if you see the shrubs and climbers, based on leaves, there is nothing available. It cannot be done because it is a very difficult subject. And the trees are very important part of the flora. So that is why there is something available. And even besides my book, there are some field guides of Western Ghats which are there. So there are a number of field guides available, and there are some websites, probably there are some websites that you may have. JCB Herbarium website is there, and that is Flora of Karnataka. And then Biotic, there is a website called Biotic available on the internet. There may be some similar websites on the flora of peninsular India, which you can refer to. But I do not know. I mean, this is not really, the websites and apps may not have any useful hints for identification. Identification will have to be based on the tallying.
Okay. So there's one more question. Nilesh Sarjoshi यांचा hand raised आहे. मी हा chat मधला question घेते, मग तुम्ही बोलू शकता. Recently, there has been debate about cosmos flowers being invasive. How can you identify if any plant is genuinely local?
No, there is no such tag on any of the plants. You have to identify based on your study only. And cosmos is it is just abundant and it is invasive and it is just increasing in day by day. So something which is sort of pricking your vision, something which is too much in your vicinity, that is something which is invasive. And to know whether the plant is invasive or whether it is a weed or whether it is a local plant, you have to know them. There is no other way. So there may be some books which just include the weeds, but that may not be all. You cannot really distinguish between a weed and a native plant and an invasive plant unless you know all of them.
Okay, sir. Nilesh ji.
सर नमस्कार. ते बॉटनिकल नावं ही ज्या असतात त्याचे ओरिजिन ऑफ वर्ड्स असं आपण सुरुवातीला एक उल्लेख केला म्हणजे तुमच्या सुरुवातीच्या काळातलं, तर त्याविषयी थोडस जरा सांगू शकाल का? म्हणजे त्याचं काही त्यात ते लक्षात ठेवण्याचे किंवा असं काही कीज त्याच्या काही आहेत का? बॉटनिकल नेम्स हा थोडासा अडचणीचा काही विषय होऊ शकतो आमच्यासाठी.
नाही, आता काय आहे की unfortunately there is no universal language for botany. There has to be only one language and that is what is Latin. आता लॅटिन म्हणजे आपण डिस्क्रिप्शन आणि याच्या बाबतीत लॅटिन वापरत नाही, पण नॉमेनक्लेचर मध्ये लॅटिनला काही पर्याय नाही आहे बिकॉज ऑल ओव्हर द वर्ल्ड because they have to follow only one system. आणि ही जी लॅटिन लँग्वेज आहे याचं there are books available for Latin language and the meanings. Particularly, there are some books available for Latin used in botany or biology. So those can be referred to. ती पुस्तकं पाहिली तर तुम्हाला त्याचे ओरिजिन कळू शकतं. पण असं काही युनिव्हर्सल हे नाहीये ते. पण त्याच्यातनं तुम्हाला बऱ्याचशा गोष्टींचे अर्थ कळतात. म्हणजे आता तुम्ही जर बघाल तर प्रत्येक वर्ड सायंटिफिक नेम इज कंपोज्ड ऑफ टू. म्हणजे पहिलं इट इज जीनस अँड स्पीशीज. म्हणजे आपल्या अगदी कॉमन ह्याच्यातलं उदाहरण द्यायचं तर नाव आणि आडनाव, तर तसे त्या दोन आहेत. आणि त्या दोन्हीमध्ये जनरली जे पहिला भाग असतो तो एक नाव असतं आणि दुसरा जो भाग असतो ऍक्च्युअली इट इज ऑलवेज इट रिफर्स टू सम फीचर ऑफ द प्लांट अँड इट इज ऑल्सो कंपोज्ड ऑफ जनरली टू वर्ड्स. मगाशी उदाहरण सांगितलं तसं की एरिथ्रोसेफाला. एरिथ्रो म्हणजे रेड आणि सेफाला म्हणजे हेड. रेड हेडेड कुठला बर्ड असेल तर त्याचं नाव एरिथ्रोसेफाला असतं. मेलानो झायलॉन असं जर कोणाचं नाव असेल तर मेलानो इज रिफरिंग टू ब्लॅक कलर, झायलम इज रिफरिंग टू द वुड. सो समथिंग विच हॅज गॉट डार्क कलर्ड वुड इट इज कॉल्ड मेलानो झायलम. सो असं शोधणं काही अवघड नाहीये फारसं, म्हणजे मला तरी ते अवघड नाही वाटलं. आणि अशी पुस्तकं तुम्हाला मिळू शकतात की अंडरस्टँडिंग लॅटिन वर्ड्स युज्ड इन दी नॉमेनक्लेचर.
ओके, थँक्यू सर.
संजीव जगताप. संजीव जगताप जी, तुम्ही अनम्यूट करून विचारू शकता.
Yeah, sir, I wanted to actually give some feedback.
Okay.
I have all your books, including Pune, Sahyadri, Flowers of Sahyadri, and all of these things. I've used, it's not actually, for myself at least, not very comfortable to carry books because there are 3 books. And if you also take the Pune books, they are heavy. You can put in backpack. So then I tried the Flowers of Sahyadri app, which had all these drop downs of botanical terms. But and it was little, like you said, you are revising that, it was little difficult to use. So now this new book, which I have downloaded, ebook based on leaves, is definitely one step ahead or much more progress in terms of ease of use or usability. Okay, and the use of hyperlinks has made it much more easier. Only since you told or you mentioned that you are revising that app Flowers of Sahyadri. If you can consider the touch interface in terms of touching the images, means like suppose if it is based on the classification is based on the path is based on the leaves, then actually keep some images of different types of leaves and somebody can touch that instead of going around the hyperlinks on the text side, so then it may be easy to use. And I'm not sure, but maybe a light version of the app with maybe even fewer species, like maybe 50, 60 or 100 very common species which you see, because if that will be easy for all the common people, maybe trekkers or people who are involved in tree plantations, those kind of people, because anyway people who are doing botanical studies or biodiversity register, etc., they need to go much more detail. A lot of people who are just nature enthusiastic, they don't need like 400, 500 or 800 species. They need maybe most common 100 species. I mean, this is just my feedback based on actual usage of your books and app. Thank you.
Really great feedback. Appreciated actually.
अनफॉर्च्युनेटली सर जरा 1 मिनिटासाठी ड्रॉप झाले होते. आय थिंक संजीवजी तुम्हाला थोडंसं रिपीट करावं लागेल. 1 मिनिट सर परत जॉइन होतातच आहेत. एक मिनिट संजीव सर.
I can take it offline also with him. I mean,
sure, okay.
Instead of repeating, I mean, it's up to him.
Yeah.
ते सगळ्यांनाच कळेल ना तो प्रश्न रिपीट केला तर.
Okay.
श्रीकांत सर तुम्ही अनम्यूट करा. तुम्ही म्यूट आहात आता.
केलं.
हा आत्ताचं तुम्हाला सर कुठपर्यंत ऐकू आलं? संजीव जगताप फीडबॅक देत होते.
3 पुस्तकं सगळी पुस्तकं घेऊन जाणं अवघड पडतं असं सांगतो.
हा yes,
okay.
Continue.
Yeah, okay. So, see, I'm working for some NGOs where we are involved in tree plantation. Okay. So I used your books and I also used the Flowers of Sahyadri app. And now I have bought this ebook also. So I have moved from these all different things. Okay. So as a user who has, used these things for field work, I thought I can give some feedback. Sure. First of all, what I have personally seen is that from book to the Sahyadri app to this ebook, definitely it has become easier to use. Okay, because the basic technology of hyperlinks, it's and going by leaves instead of flowers has definitely helped. Okay, yes. The app. Actually, the interface was, the idea was good.
Hello.
Botanical terms. So my suggestion, if you are revising the app, is if you can put some pictures, because now whether it is tablet or mobile has a touch interface, so people can just touch because they can see. So instead of word of particular size of shape of the flower or shape of the leaf or the texture of leaf or texture of the trunk, etc. If you can put pictures and people can touch and navigate, and then it can shortlist to maybe 2 or 3 species, and then they can explore more. That might be
You are
easier
referring
for
to sorry,
people who are not botanists. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
are you referring to the Flowers of Sahyadri app or sorry? Hello.
I had down for some months, but this book is definitely much better in terms of navigation. And I mean, I'll be happy to meet you offline and maybe share more details. Okay.
Okay.
सर अजून एक क्वेश्चन घ्यायचा का तुम्ही पुढे शेअर करताय? आता 7:45 वाजलेत. वी हॅव अबाउट 15 मिनिट्स.
नाही, आता इंटरॅक्टिव्हच पाहिजे, म्हणजे आता माझं
ओके. चालेल. एक तुम्ही एकदा पुस्तकाचं नाव रिपीट करता का? ई बुकचं नाव?
ई बुकचं नाव ट्रीज ऑफ सह्याद्री.
येस. आणि सर तुमचा कॅमेरा आय थिंक फ्लिप झालेला आहे. सेल्फी मोडवर कॅमेरा घ्या तुमचा.
हो.
आणि टिल देन हा
नाही, एक सब्जेक्ट मला सांगायला राहिला माझा, ते मी आय विल कंटिन्यू.
बर. आणि सर बुकचं नाव सांगून मग कंटिन्यू कराल प्लीज.
ट्रीज ऑफ सह्याद्री इज द नेम ऑफ द बुक.
Of the ebook on Google Book.
Ebook. Trees of Sahyadri.
Trees of Sahyadri. Yes. Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah, I forgot to mention about how I came to this unusual key for the Flowers of Sahyadri. When I was using Salim Ali's book, there is a particular, there are some introductory pages in Salim Ali's book where Dr. Salim Ali has done how to identify books. I mean, how to birds. So he has listed various tables, and he has given starting from birds with prominent tail. Then he has listed the birds under that particular category. Then birds with prominent beak, birds with prominent crest, maybe birds with prominent call. So there are various ways in which you can identify the birds, and this is something which had really appealed to me. Unfortunately, Salim Ali book has become out of fashion. I don't know if anybody is using the Salim Ali book or not. Most people may be using Grimet, most people may be using some apps, and this is something which I will like to know from you, whether you are familiar with this part of Salim Ali's book. Anybody has used this part of Salim Ali's book in the past to identify birds? And this is something which has really appealed to me, and this is something very different from scientific language, because Salim Ali's book was for common people, and I have seen that most people have been missing this tool. Hello?
Yes, sir. Would anyone like to respond to this? एक चॅट मध्ये सर रिस्पॉन्स आलाय की that person has been using Salim Ali's guide for 15 years and they are continuing to use it.
No, I'm talking about this key which is there in the book.
Okay.
So most people may be just going through the photographs.
Okay. Yeah, sir. I don't see anyone's hand raised, so I think.
Has anyone seen it at least? Not used it, but are you aware?
Sanjeev ji.
Yeah, actually, Sanjay Jagtap here. I have used that as well as the other photograph-based books. But compared to field guides for flora, to open the book and go through that, by the time sometimes birds don't stay at the same place. So you can't get the whole thing. I have not used taking photographs and then going back and then going to the book. That I have not done. So on the field, just to go flip through that, but I am aware of that portion, and I agree with you that the charts which they have Salim Ali has made is definitely useful. But my personal experience is that practically taking the field book and then observing the bird and flipping through his book is not really convenient, because you have to hold the binocular also and some camera and all of that.
No, that is not. I'm not talking about the field. I'm talking about the path of navigation, path of the identification.
Yeah, path of navigation idea is good, and I now recognize that you have also followed similar thing.
Okay.
I was not able to connect both, but I have used both books, so now I see the sense in that.
Okay. Now, this particular key which is there in Salim's book has, led me to form a lateral key for identification of the plants based on flowers and also based on the leaves. And identification based on the leaves is not my concept of identification of leaves. Is little different from what is generally used. Let me give you one interesting information. How this identification of leaf-based identification has come into use is many times the fossil and the impression of leaves are found on the fossils. So on the fossils there is no other clue. There is no branch. There is no clue. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay. So this system of identification of plants based on the leaf character was devised for fossils, and then there is a detailed study of the leaf architecture, particularly the veins, the various small structures which are there on the leaves. So this particular branch of morphology was developed particularly for fossils. Hello.
Right. Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can conclude now. If you have anybody has got any questions on the.
Okay. There's one request, sir, for contact details for getting Flowers of Sahyadri book.
Okay, you can note my mobile number. Yes. 98228 36274. 98228 36274. And if you want to make some contact, if you want to send some pictures for identification, or if you have anything to communicate to me, my email ID is shrikant.ingalhalikar@gmail.com. Shrikant.ingalhalikar, single L. Many people think that it is a double L, but shrikant.ingalhalikar@gmail.com. So this is where you can communicate with me. You can send your queries. You can send pictures for identification, and I would definitely welcome any help which may be from my side.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. I've shared sir's contact details in the chat box also. Siraंचे contact details chat box मध्ये सुद्धा share केले आहेत मी. एक अजून question घेऊ शकतो आपण sir, and then we could wrap up. The question is from Aditi, which is a good method for studying identification of plants based on leaves or based on flower?
See, the idea of leaves, identify trees from based on the leaves is purely for trees, and they are basically perennial plants. And as I told you, the trees may not be flowering all the time in the year, but they are there all the time. So they are perennial, but the flowering is for a short duration. The flowering may be not reachable because the flowers are there high up in the canopy, and the flowers may not be there at all. Some plants don't flower at all. So it is very, whereas the leaves are there all the time, you can pick up the leaves easily as compared to the flowers. And that is why this is a independent system, independent way of identifying the trees. So it is not really comparable.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes. There's one more question. If you would like to comment on it, please share the commercially viable bamboo variety for plantation. Is National Bamboo Mission delivering?
Oh, sorry, I'm not aware of this information.
Okay.
Bamboo
Okay.
is something which is not in my scope.
ओके ओके सर. कोणाला अजून प्रश्न आहेत का? अजून 5 मिनिट आहेत आपल्याकडे. 5 मिनिट सरांना काही सजेशन्स, कमेंट्स, फीडबॅक, क्वेश्चन्स, एनिथिंग. अदरवाइज गोळे मॅम तुम्ही कन्क्लूड करू शकता.
गोळे मॅडमला काही प्रश्न नाही. गोळे मॅडम तुम्ही विचारू शकता ना काही रिप्रेझेंटेटिव्ह.
Thank you so much for organizing such a beautiful and useful Zoom meeting, and thank you so much for this sir also for sharing his knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
वेलकम सर.
सॉरी, माझा डिस्चार्ज झालेला आहे फोन, त्यामुळे
ओके. पटापट पटापट रॅप करू. गोळे मॅम. येस.
हा, अगं मला सापडत नव्हतं माझी हे करू. देर इज नो क्वेश्चन, अदर क्वेश्चन.
नो मॅम, आय डोंट सी एनी अदर क्वेश्चन.
ओके.
सॉरी मॅम टू इंटरप्ट यू, बट मगाशी शिवांगीचा आय थिंक क्वेश्चन होता. शिवांगी मॅम, तुम्हाला अजूनही क्वेश्चन असेल तर तुम्ही विचारू शकता आणि मग गोळे मॅम एंड करतील.
ऍक्च्युली ते मगाशी इन्व्हेसिव्ह स्पीशीज वगैरे त्याचा जो काही विषय निघाला होता ना, त्याबद्दल बोलायचं होतं. मध्यंतरी मला एक ऐकू येतोय का माझा आवाज?
येतोय.
तर इन्व्हेसिव्ह कॉस्मॉस कसं इन्व्हेसिव्ह आहे वगैरे, तो जो काही विषय होता ना, त्याच्याशी रिलेटेड एक एक्सपिरियन्स शेअर करायचा होता. मध्ये माझी एक मैत्रीण अशा वेगळ्या वेगळ्या फुलांवरती काहीतरी फीचर करत होती. म्हणजे त्याची चित्र, नंतर त्याचं कविता लिहायची त्याच्यावर वगैरे असं. तर ती गोकर्णावर करत होती आणि मला ती जनरल विचारत होती, मग गोकर्णाबद्दलची ही माहिती आहे ती तपासून बघ वगैरे. आणि तेव्हा ते फ्लावर्स ऑफ सह्याद्री मी जेव्हा बघत होते, तेव्हा मला गोकर्ण आपलं जे क्रीपर असतं, तर मला ते माहिती होतं की दिस इज नॉट नेटिव्ह. आणि तेव्हा जेव्हा मी ते फ्लावर्स ऑफ सह्याद्री बघत होते, तेव्हा त्याच्यात गोकर्णी असं दिसलं मला, की ज्याची फुलं अगदी गोकर्णाच्या फुलांसारखी आहेत, फक्त खूप छोटी आहेत आणि इट्स अ हर्ब, नॉट अ क्रीपर. आणि ते अगदी आय थिंक एका कुठल्या तरी स्पेसिफिक लोकॅलिटीमध्ये ते उगवतं, बाकी ठिकाणी ते नाही सापडत, अशा टाइप्स म्हणजे ते होतं. त्यामुळे तिला मी ते सांगितलं की तू जेव्हा औषधांबद्दल, औषधी उपयोग त्याचे जेव्हा कमेंट करतेस, तेव्हा यू हॅव टू बी केअरफुल. कारण गोकर्ण जे आपण कॉमनली बघतो, दॅट मे नॉट बी द सेम गोकर्ण दॅट इज मेन्शन्ड इन द संस्कृत स्क्रिप्चर्स. आणि हे एक्सप्लेनेशन तिला मी दिलं आणि आय थिंक तेव्हा मी हे सांगितलं की म्हणजे आता रामायणात किंवा ह्याच्यात ज्या गोष्टी असतात, तर त्याच्यात असं दाखवलंय की कुठलं तरी औषध असं कुठेतरी लांब जाऊन आणायला लागतं, ते असं सगळीकडे मुबलक अवेलेबल नसतं. आय थिंक दॅट वॉज दी एक्सप्लेनेशन आय गेव टू हर. आणि मग ते तिने थोडं मॉडिफाय करून त्याचं थोडं काय म्हणतात त्याला, की ते इन्फॉर्मेशन त्याच्यात ठेवलं. पण बेसिकली आपल्याकडे अशी कुठली फील्ड गाईड्स आहेत किंवा व्हायची शक्यता आहे की या इन्व्हेसिव्ह स्पीशीज आहेत अँड दिस इज डिफरंट, किंवा कंपॅरिझन की आपल्या नेटिव्ह बरोबर, कारण नेटिव्हशी बऱ्यापैकी मिळतं जुळतं आहे. आणि तिथे म्हणजे आता इवन इफ आयुर्वेदिक जरी वैद्य वगैरे असले तरी देर इज अ रिमोट पॉसिबिलिटी की ते फील्डमध्ये जाऊन त्यांनी ती वनस्पती ऍक्च्युली बघितलेली असेल. आणि देन दिस विल लीड टू लॉट ऑफ.
हे माझ्या पुस्तकामध्ये त्याच्यात सगळी इन्फॉर्मेशन दिलेली आहे. इफ इट इज अ इन्व्हेसिव्ह वीड तसं मेन्शन केलेलं आहे त्याच्यात. पण वेगळं पुस्तक काढायची काय गरज
नाही. बरोबर. पण बेसिकली कसं आहे ना की नाही आता हे मी आय डोंट नो, मी ते आर्टिक्युलेट नाही, कारण माझ्यापर्यंत हे आलं म्हटल्यावरती मी तिला ते सांगितलं. पण देर इज एव्हरी पॉसिबिलिटी की लोक ते हेच ते गोकर्ण आणि ह्याचाच असा औषधी उपयोग आहे वगैरे अशा टाइप्स करून ते रेग्युलर
कन्फ्युजन मराठी नावांमुळे होतं. कारण असे आहे की आता 10 सायंटिफिक नावं आहेत आणि त्या सगळ्याला मराठी नाव मात्र एकच आहे.
बरोबर.
त्यामुळे मराठी नावात 2 नसतात ना. आता मी म्हटलं आडनाव आणि नाव पाहिजे ना, तर गोकर्ण फक्त एकच झालं ना. त्यामुळे गोकर्णाच्या जर समजा 10 व्हरायटीज असतील तर त्याला 10 नावं मराठीमध्ये नाही येत. ही एक मर्यादा आहे मराठी नावं वापरण्यामध्ये आणि त्याच्यामुळे कन्फ्युजन येऊ शकतं.
हा, किंवा आता संस्कृत मधले जे श्लोक आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये ते असतं. तर आता संस्कृतची जी नावं आहेत ती आणि आपली जी लॅटिन नेम्स आहेत ती, ह्याच्यामध्ये काही रिलेशन आपण शोधू शकतो का? किंवा याच्यामध्ये काही आपण आय डोंट नो, आता हँडी काही आहे का आपल्याकडे?
नाही, हँडी माझा तरी त्या दृष्टीने अभ्यास नाहीये. कारण मी तर माझ्या पुस्तकामध्ये वनस्पतीचा उपयोग पण देत नाही. म्हणजे त्याचा काही भाजी म्हणून उपयोग आहे का, किंवा औषध म्हणून उपयोग आहे का, किंवा त्याचे काय साहित्यातले उल्लेख किंवा कवितातले उल्लेख असं काही मी शक्यतो टाळतो. कारण काय असतं की ते लांबत जातं. माझ्या पुस्तकातला प्रयत्न माझा असा आहे की जास्तीत जास्त स्पीशीज त्या कमीत कमी जागेत मावल्या जातील. आणि कारण आपण हे फील्ड गाईड आहे आणि हे छोटस पाहिजे ना, कॉम्पॅक्टनेस हा महत्वाचा आहे. आणि ती म्हणून ती माहिती सगळी ती इतरत्र माहिती अवेलेबल असते. कारण काय आहे की एकदा आयडेंटिफिकेशन मिळालं की तुम्हाला ती माहिती इतर कुठेही शोधता येते. त्यामुळे ती सगळी माहिती त्या फील्ड गाईड मध्ये द्यायची अशी काही आवश्यकता नाही.
ठीक आहे.
तर अजून 2 क्वेश्चन आले, ते घेतले तर चालतील का?
हो, जरूर.
Okay. So for terrace gardens, should we opt for local plants? From Shilpa.
Why not?
Okay.
See, in plantation, firstly, you have to identify what is the purpose of your plantation. Then comes the selection of the species. Then whether you take native species or non-native species, that depends on what you're looking for. You may be looking for some birds to come to your terrace, then that's altogether a different thing. You may be trying to conserve some plants or grow some plants which are rare in the nature. That's a different aspect altogether. So there are various ways in which you can do the plantation, and you got to first identify your objective. Then you can select the species.
There's one more question. Can you refer any book on flora or trees of Eastern Ghats?
I'm not aware, because I have always concentrated on the Northwestern Ghat. And in fact, I have not traveled. You will be surprised that I have not traveled outside Sahyadri also, except probably Himalayas. I have not gone to any sanctuaries. I have not gone to any other areas, because my work with Sahyadri is still not yet finished. So I am still concentrating on Sahyadri.
Yes, sir. एक शेवटचा प्रश्न. Which medicinal Ayurvedic plants can be cultivated for benefiting farmers?
Yeah, I'm sure there are some websites available and some books available. And this is some subject that I have always avoided to study, because I cannot take up studies of all this kind together. So there are experts on this subject, and you can always refer to them. I don't have much information. I have not really looked into the medicinal use of plants. For that matter, I have told you that I have not looked into any use of any plant. I don't believe that. See, for any making any commercial use or medicinal use, you have what to grow in your capacity. Basically, I do not believe. वनौषधी ज्याला म्हणतात की जंगलातनं कलेक्ट केलेल्या औषधी वनस्पती हे मला योग्य वाटत नाही. आणि त्यामुळे मी खरं म्हणजे मी या मेडिसिनल प्लांटचा काही अभ्यास केलेला नाही. आय एम नॉट द राईट पर्सन टू हेल्प यू.
Okay, sir. Thank you. With that, we'll conclude the question answer session. I invite Dr. Swati Gore to end the session, and thanks, sir.
संपूर्ण एक हा एक्सरसाइज खूप छान झाला आणि मला असं वाटतं की बरेचसे सारे प्रश्नांची उत्तरं समाधानकारक वाटली असतील सगळ्यांना, कारण श्रीकांत सरांनी सगळ्या प्रश्नांना जस्टिस दिलेला आहे आणि मुख्यतः आयडेंटिफिकेशन साठी काय मार्ग वापरायचा आणि त्याच्यासाठी कोणची पुस्तकं किंवा कोणची ऍप्स वापरायची यावर त्यांनी एक छानसं प्रकाश टाकलेला आहे आणि मी त्यांना ह्या संबंध कार्यक्रमासाठी त्यांचे आभार मानते आणि बहुतेक सगळ्यांना हा कार्यक्रम आवडला असेल असं मला वाटतंय. तर थँक्यू वन्स अगेन इंगळहळीकर सर अँड आय कन्क्लूड.
मला एकच फक्त सांगायचं की पण या उल्लेख झाला की ऍप फ्लॉवर्स ऑफ सिनरी ऍप म्हणून जे ज्यांनी एकाने उल्लेख केला जे माझं त्याच्याबद्दल आणि ई बुक याच्याबद्दल वेगळं सेशन घ्यायला पाहिजे, कारण मी आता कुठलाही प्रकारची स्लाइड किंवा इलस्ट्रेटिव्ह काही मला सांगता आलेलं नाहीये, तर त्याच्यासाठी वेगळं करावं लागेल आणि जर लोकांना त्याच्यामध्ये इंटरेस्ट असेल तर ते पण मी करू शकेन इथून. इट इज अबाउट द ऍप.
ई बुक कसं वापरायचं हे जर का सांगू शकतो. हा, कारण ते ई बुक वापरणं इतकं सोपं नाहीये, तर मला वाटतं त्याला एक वेगळं सेशन लागू शकेल.
सेशन करता येईल आणि ते जरूर करीन, कारण आता माझ्याकडे काही इलस्ट्रेटिव्ह त्याच्यासाठी पॉवर पॉइंट करायला पाहिजे आणि केलेला आहे मी, पण आत्ताचा विषय तो नव्हता त्यामुळे मी त्याच्यावर काही जास्त बोलू शकत नाही, तर ते परत करूया आपण.
ई बुक हो हो, आणि ते खूप छान आहे ई बुक, व्हेरी युजफुल. फक्त हाऊ टू यूज इट ह्यासाठी नक्कीच एक हे करायला लागेल.
करूया. इव्हन त्याच्यासाठी फील्ड सेशन सुद्धा करता येईल की समजा कुठेतरी जवळ जावा, तुमचं कुठलं आउटिंग असेल तर त्यावेळी मी येईन आणि लोकांच्या डिव्हाइस वरती दाखवू शकेन.
ओके ओके, आपण करूया. जरा करोना संपला की तसं करू शकतो.
ओके
ओके, थँक्यू वन्स अगेन.
ओके.
शताक्षी, तुला काही सांगायचंय?
येस, नाही, एकच छोटी अनाउन्समेंट की सर जे म्हणतायत दॅट वी कॅन डू मोर सेशन्स. प्लीज फॉलो इकोलॉजिकल सोसायटी ऑन सोशल मीडिया. फेसबुकवर आहे पेज, इंस्टाग्रामवर आहे. तिथे काही असे सेशन्स असले की इन्फॉर्मेशन शेअर करत राहू, आणि सरांचे डायरेक्ट कॉन्टॅक्ट डिटेल्स त्यांनी शेअर केलेच होते. यू कॅन रीच आउट टू हिम ऑल्सो डायरेक्टली फॉर मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन. अँड होपफुली
मला अजून एक थँक्स द्यायचे इकॉलॉजिकल सोसायटीचे बाकीचे ट्रस्टीज, गुरुदास सर, केतकी मॅडम, त्यांना पण मला थँक्स द्यायचे. थँक्स फॉर जॉईनिंग दिस इव्हेंट.
येस
आहे का दोघं?
केतकी आहे. आय थिंक गुरुदास सर हॅज लेफ्ट. केतकी,
Has she left or what?
I can see her.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, just
Yes. So thank you everyone, and we will see you again next time when we organize another session with Shrikant sir. So thank you and good night. Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Yeah. Bye.
bye.
नमस्कार सर.